Hey gang, Twev here, and today was an interesting day. I woke up and I thought I'd do the right thing by taking a shower. Well, it turned out that was the wrong thing to do. So I don't know if I posted this in my last vlog, but I was back in the hospital on Friday, and I was definite. They took x-rays, they redid CAT scans. I have 2 broken ribs. So the prognosis for broken ribs is 4 to 8 weeks of bed rest. Thus, I have the bed to myself indefinitely, considering it hurts to move, it hurts to sit, it hurts to lay. The only time it doesn't hurt is when my belly is full and I'm on Percocet. So that's pretty much about the only time it's not upset. Which leads me to the stupid thing I did this morning, which was I woke up and I decided, hey, you know what? Let's start my day out. Let's take a shower. It's what I normally do. Well, I was in pain, and in the morning it's tough for me because I feel better because my muscles are a little more relaxed, even though I almost always wake up in pain since I hurt myself a week and a half ago. So I don't realize how much pain I'm in till I'm up for about 10 minutes. Well, I was up for those 10 minutes in the shower and pretty much was gagging on the pain. Like yakking with pain, complete nausea, almost threw up 3 times in the shower. Finally got myself out, just was completely wiped out. And I only been awake for 20 minutes and I was wiped out already. So I got dressed, made my way to the couch, and was just done. Now here's the problem. I was so nauseous from the pain I wanted to throw up. Couldn't do anything, couldn't move. To take my Percocet, the only thing that relieves my pain, I need to eat, because if I take it on an upset stomach, it eats my stomach alive and causes even more nausea. So, I'm too nauseous to eat, to take the pain pill, to kill the pain that's making me nauseous. So let's just say the late morning, early afternoon was not fun. I laid there on the couch. Actually, I kind of slumped there on the couch. I didn't even get a chance to lay. I pretty much shoved down about 3 bites of dry toast in the course of about 40 minutes. Then I couldn't do that anymore. Then my dad showed up. He was nice enough to come cut my grass for me, since I can't do that. I'm not supposed to be doing anything for the next few weeks. My wife put limitations on me. The only thing I'm supposed to be doing and the heaviest thing I should be lifting is my daughter. That sounded really bad. It's not that I should be doing my daughter. The heaviest thing I should be lifting is my daughter. And I should be just doing household things, like maybe some cooking, maybe a little light cleaning, maybe dishes, little things like that, not cutting the grass. So after once my dad came first to see what was going on, because it's been years since he's cut my grass, because, well, I've lived here for 15 years. So he looked, I showed him my new trimmer if he wanted to use my new trimmer. And once he left, my wife was hungry, so she made hot dogs for everybody. And it took me a solid 20 minutes to eat a dry hot dog. I shouldn't say, but a plain hot dog on a bun. No nothing on it. So once I had that in my belly, I could take the Percocet. So I took the Percocet, which made me feel okay, but then it started making my stomach upset again. So it wasn't a good day for my stomach. My stomach's been off almost the entire day, except for when I ordered dinner. I was starving. We ordered food. I got a Stromboli because it sounded wonderful. I ate about half of it, and my stomach turned again on me. So it's not been a good day for me and my stomach. In fact, right now I'm sitting here, I'm just nursing some root beer right now to try to settle the stomach before I go to bed. I did take a Percocet with some Teddy Grahams, actually. So I could take another Percocet in about an hour and a half, and I'm going to before bed. Make no light of that. So unfortunately today it was really hot and humid here, so the air conditioners needed to go in. Now, my wife had managed to put in one of our small air conditioners in our living room last week when I was hurt, because she couldn't take the heat anymore, and she's been sleeping out there, God love her, for over a week now on the couch to give me the bed. So she needs the air. That's what she needs, so that's what she did. Well, now the whole house is getting hot, so we need to put all the air conditioners in. So the little one that's in the living room actually goes in the kids' room. We have another little one downstairs. I say little by 5,000 BTU. That goes in our bedroom. And then we have a 10,000 BTU that goes in the living room. For me, half an hour to put these in. She's never put in an air conditioner before, so I had to walk her through the living room one, well, when she put the small one in the living room. So now she had to take that one out, put that one in the kids' room, bring the small one up from the basement, put that in the bedroom, and then bring the big one up and put it in the living room. And they're not, the small ones are pretty light. The big one is heavy. The big one I'd probably say is about 60, maybe 75 pounds. Somewhere around there. It's heavy. Even I kind of struggle with it. But the problem with this house is every window is different. So every air conditioner fits differently in every window. Now, I know how the air conditioners fit in every window because I put them in and take them out every year. I have been since we've owned the air conditioners. So I had to try to help her that, okay, I showed her how to put the air conditioner in the kids' room. Well, that air conditioner goes in completely different than it does in the bedroom because the bedrooms are completely different type of windows. The big one is built differently than the small ones, so that had to go in the living room window differently. It wasn't bad. I'm surprised we got it done, but it's one of those things I'm just so used to doing, and now that I can't do it, I'm having to show someone. And it's like second nature. It's something I do twice a year. I put them in, I take them out. And I don't even think about the same thing with cutting the grass. I don't even think twice about cutting the grass. And I had to have my dad do it, and it was driving me nuts because someone else was cutting my grass. And I'm a pick about that. And the fact that he bagged it, just loved it when he bagged it, but I don't bag it. I'm grateful it's done. I'm not saying it's bad. It's funny because of my Asperger's and my OCD. When something is done differently, when I'm used to doing it, it kind of freaks me out a little bit, and I just have to learn to chill and relax. So that's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to chill, relax, and going with this because there's going to be a lot of things in the coming weeks that I normally do that I can't do. I shouldn't say I shouldn't be doing, because last weekend I shouldn't have done a lot of the things I did. And I definitely shouldn't have gone to work last week because I made the break worse in my ribs. But I did, and now I'm learning from my mistakes, and that's why I felt bad because my wife was doing everything today, but I had her today. And that's where we had this talk last weekend, where I had her Saturday and Sunday last week after I got hurt, and I wasted it. I overdid myself on Saturday morning, was down for the rest of the day, overdid myself again on Sunday morning, was down for the rest of the day, and the only full day I had of planned rest was Monday, and that's because I begged her to take off of work. Where today I had her. I mean, yesterday was a pretty lazy day around here. That's because we were really exhausted from going back to the hospital and everything else like that. So it was kind of a lazy day yesterday. Today, because of my nausea, I couldn't do too much, but in a way, it was better because I took care of the kids today. I played with my daughter all day. My son and I were playing back and forth. We were watching YouTube videos. We were talking, having fun. I felt bad because my wife was cleaning, doing the dishes, hanging curtains, putting in air conditioners. But I had her here today to rest. Now, tomorrow, when I wake up, she's going to be gone to school, and it's just going to be me and the kids all day. So I have to do it tomorrow. I have to make the lunches, the breakfasts. I have to get the dinner ready. I have to pick up the baby, carry the baby, do all these things. I don't have someone else to go, hey, I'm not feeling good. Can you grab that? I don't have that tomorrow till about 4:30. So I was selfish. I took it today. I feel bad, but I know it was the right thing to do, and I did it. So, yeah. Listening to my wife for once, and sometimes listening to your spouse, even when you know they're right, makes you feel like crap, because that means that they have to do something that you should be doing. But the one cool thing about today was in my time hop, I got my posts and pictures from 3 years ago. And 3 years ago was a bad day for me. 3 years ago, I was at work at Lowe's, and in the midst of a Class A panic attack. And I remember it well. It was uncontrollable. Medication wasn't touching it. I couldn't deal with it, and I still had like 5 more hours left in my shift. Back then I was a manager, and you just couldn't leave, considering I managed 4 departments. So that just wasn't an option. So I went into the men's room. I went into the stall, and I was freaking out. I could not get the panic down. My heart was just racing, pumping, blowing out of my chest. The fight or flight instinct was telling me, flight, leave. I couldn't take it anymore. And this was the second or third day of pretty much the same panic attack that had kept going. And I just remember texting my wife that I need to get out of here. And she's like, well, just leave. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I need to get out of here, period. I need to get out of this valley. I need to get out of this area. I need a change of scenery. I just need to forget about everything. And she types back. She goes, well, where would you go? And I'm like, Ocean Grove, which is a little beach town in New Jersey we go to every year. And she's like, do you really want to go? And I'm like, I would love to go, but I can't. She's like, give me 20 minutes. I'll pack. I'm like, you can't be serious. She goes, tell your manager you're leaving. Come home. I'll have the car packed by the time you get home, and we're leaving. So I'm like, okay. So go tell my boss. I'm like, listen, I'm really sick. I can't stay. I gotta go. So I leave. I get home. Out in the porch are suitcases. She packs up her car. I literally go in. She tells me to get out of my work clothes. I get out of my work clothes. We hop in. We're gone. Apparently, as soon as I got off the phone with her, texting-wise, she called our hotel that we stay at Ocean Grove, and booked a room for the night. Not only did she book a room, but because I was having such a horrible time, she booked me a balcony room, which is something I always wanted to get there, because the hotel we stay at is right on the boardwalk. It is literally on the boardwalk. So a balcony room, your room has a balcony, and you're just sitting there almost on the boardwalk, so you're overlooking the ocean. And she didn't tell me this till we got there. So we drove the 3 hours to the beach, went to the hotel, checked in. We go up to the room and open the door, and I'm like, holy shit, we have a balcony. And I turned to her with just this drawn face of a battered warrior that was, fighting a losing battle. And she looked at me and she went, surprise. And that was absolutely fantastic. I remember that night that I slept with the door open, and you could hear the ocean and feel the ocean breeze coming right in. And I slept on the edge of the bed right by the door, and it would blow over you. And it was such a relaxing night, sitting out there in the night, watching the ocean, sitting around my iPad, just relaxing and chilling. We ran on the beach. There was almost no one on the beach, so my son and I got to run around, chase seagulls. We built little sand castles. My wife and I sat there just talking on the beach. And within a half hour of being there, my panic attack stopped. And I didn't have another one till we went home. And I had work the next day, and I called off, and I didn't feel guilty one bit. And that was one of the nicest things my wife ever did to me, and one of the nicest surprises, because when I left work, before my shift was officially to end, I was literally on that balcony overlooking the ocean. All because I told my wife I needed to leave, and she got me the hell out of here. And that is why my wife is my wife, and that's why she'll always be my wife, and that's why she's the love of my life. Because she's the one that keeps me sane through all the shit and the bad wiring that's up here. And one day we'll talk about that, everything that's going on up here. But you got a little taste of it. I have terrible, terrible anxiety. But I got kind of a little bit emotional when I saw that today, because I remember that whole trip vividly. I remember it like it was yesterday, and just relaxing or taking pictures of my son walking along the beach. Just it was warm, but it wasn't hot. It was cool, but it wasn't cold. And it was exactly what I needed, exactly when I needed it. And it was fantastic. And I've kept you people here for almost 15 minutes, and I didn't mean to keep you here for 15 minutes. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to end this now. We're going to upload this. We're going to go into that door behind me, which is my bedroom. And I'm going to watch a few YouTube videos while this uploads to YouTube. I will see you tomorrow.